well, slash important day for us Directioners. It is the 10th anniversary of One Direction. I've basically grown up with them, so I do get like my senior discount, hopefully. But yeah, I've been here through 9 out of 10 of those years. I joined the fandom when I was like 13, you know, like a baby, like, you know, hella just fresh out the womb kind of thing. But, you know, yeah. So I'm going to be talking about various things, such as me going to my first One Direction concert as a birthday gift, show and tell, and as well as me writing songs about One Direction too. But anyway, so let's get to it. So how it all started, slash how it all began, was I had just started like middle school and everything, well, 8th grade, and you know, I had like this after school program that I would go to just to get out the house because, you know, it wasn't really fun being at home because it was chaotic. So the first time like I had like listened to What Makes You Beautiful slash heard it was when I got into like the car and it came on. And I was like, okay, like this is a really good song. I love this, you know. And it was when like I heard Harry Solo, who is still now my favorite human, was what dragged me into the fandom, you know. And like with One Direction, like they've got me through a lot of shit. Like they've brought me through excessive bullying, shit that I was going through at home, you know, just in general, you know, like they fucking saved me. And that's why I wrote a song about them called Superman. I'll show you that. Alright, so here it is. Not sure if you can see it. Yeah, right there. It's a very long song. I just wanted to like master it, mix it, you know, produce it. But anyway, so yeah, I wrote a song about them and everything. But so after like, you know, I heard like What Makes You Beautiful like the first 19,000 times, I was like, I love this, you know. The first time like I actually like kind of like saw them on TV was like this Hollywood entertainment thing because I didn't really have cable, and I saw like a glimpse of them, and it was like, oh, this new boy band, One Direction, you know, heartthrobs, and I was like, okay, like they're cute, and everything. So anyway, I went to the library one time, and which was like my first time seeing them like in a magazine in the States, because they were still very new here, and not very many people knew about them, especially my 8th grade class, because they were still like, I want to be Mrs. Bieber kind of thing, and you know, just in this, just in that. So anyway, fast forward to that. So I was in the library to wait for a computer, and I got this teen magazine because that's what they had, you know, and I flipped through it, and there was a picture of Harry and Justin like next to each other, and it was because like, oh, they share a month's birthday apart, you know, he's the 1st of February, Justin's the 1st of March, and I was like, oh, that's cute, and like when I saw his name I was like, oh, he's Harry, get it, you know, he's Harry kind of thing, typical American cringe. I regret that, but you know, good on me. And then like I guess like another time I saw them was when like they were doing like that tug of war thing for the photo shoot, and I thought that was really cute. It was really cool because like I knew about them and not many people did at the time, you know, because you know, my first tweet to a One Direction member was Harry, and I was like, oh my god, like he's singing like an angel, and that was when you know, they broke America, you know, in 2012, like very, very early that year, and so after all that, before I started high school, they were doing their theater tour, and I wanted to go see them because I was like, oh my god, like, you know, they're a boy band, they're so cute, like, I love their music because they would play One Thing a lot, and they would play What Makes You Beautiful, and I'm like, I love this, and I tried to get other people into them, but they were just like, eh. But and I would beg my mom, she'd be like, no, and you know, all this other crap. And so I wouldn't have been able to have made it to the concert, I guess, because I had a church camp, summer camp singing to go to the next day. And the day that they were in town was when I had to start packing, and I was getting ready to leave that morning, previous to that or after that, and everything. And that made me sad. I was like, I want to see them, and luckily enough, I got to see them as a 17th birthday present, which was really fun. I'll get to that next. But anyway, so after all that was when like the whole like One Day on Nickelodeon thing came on, and I watched that at home, and I was like, oh my god, like and that was like the first time like I saw Harry like in the whole iCarly thing, and that was when like they did the whole like pregnant lady joke, and I was like, I love you, and that was when I made my first tweet to him. I honestly, and that was from like my other account that was like suspended, but what they're doing to banning apps now. But anyway, so my first tweet to Harry was, oh my god, like, I love your voice, you sing like an angel, and I'm like, I'm so glad he's probably has like never seen that tweet, but I was cringe. I was that typical, I love you so much, like, and I still do. But, huge fangirl, but I don't know, that was like their first like documentary I've seen of them, like, when they were breaking the whole America shit, and, that whole year, like, as soon as, like, I got to high school was when everybody was like, oh my god, like, I love Louie, I love Liam, like, I love Niall, oh my god, like, potatoes, like, food, this, Nando's, like, we were all embarrassing, but it was cute, but, anyway, and, like, with One Direction, like, they're the ones who, like, kind of got me my friends and everything, and, that's one thing that, like, that they gave me, is, like, friends, and people who, like, share the same, like, common interests, like, even, like, with my idols, like, some things in common, which is cute, but, I mean, yeah, like, 2012/2013 was when everybody was, like, reading Dark, and, like, oh my god, you look like Bo, and, like, everyone dying over it, but, yeah, so, I mean, my freshman year, I've met, like, a lot of, like, Harry stans, I've met, like, maybe, like, one or two Niall girls, which is what we call them, / each other, but yeah, I don't know if I said this before, but how I got this poster, my very first Harry poster, was from a girl in my health class, actually, freshman year. She was, like, a huge Bieber stan, and she was, like, as a sign to me, like, I know you like Harry, so I'm gonna give this poster to you. And I was like, oh my god, I'll take it. And, so, he was in, like, my binder, like, for ages, like, until, like, the end of, like, my high school career, But, so, after all that, like, yeah. So, how I met my other friends, like, was, like, a year later. Like, I met one other person who liked Harry, but wasn't really in the fandom. But yeah, so, how I met, like, my other actual, like, 1D friends was, like, my sophomore year. We both had, like, this world history class. This girl was a freshman, and her birthday is only a year and 3 days after mine. So we both basically went to the One Direction concert to celebrate our birthday. She was turning 16, I was turning 17, so which is kind of cool, birthday bitches. So how like we met was I was defending One Direction because this guy was being a complete dickhead, and I was like, like defending them. And she was like, oh, like, you're awesome, like, I didn't know you liked One Direction, like, she was kind of like, oh, and I was like, oh yeah, like, who's your fave? And she's like, I love Niall. And I was like, oh my god, no way. And like, she had like all this like One Direction, like, school merch and just merch in general. I was like, oh my god, like, lit as fuck, because back in high school, I didn't really have 1D merch because I was poor and life just sucked. Like, anytime you see like the One Direction stuff, like, I want it. But anyway, so after that, it's like how we just became friends. I'd also like bring her to lunch with like my other friends and all that shit, and that's just how we all clicked. She was like the updater, you know, how like we have the whole UAs, like she was our very own personal updater, on, you know, what's going on with the boys, you know, Perry, whatever the fuck, you know, because Perry was, you know, we stand. But anyway, so yeah, like we'd all get like the, you know, the dig or the scoop on what was going on with the boys, the band, tour news, whatever, the craziness, but yeah. So fast forward to that, you know, like we all just like kind of hung out with each other, but fuck, what else? Well, now it's time for show and tell. So this right here is my ticket. I'm really fucking bad at like showing stuff. Oh, very good, yeah. So yeah. It was like the whole like One Direction concert thing. Like I honestly, like I didn't think I was gonna see them live again, but I was lucky enough to do that. So how it all like happened was her mom was like, okay, either you can bring only one friend and you can be in like the pit area, you know, like the very front, or she could rent out a VIP box and bring like a whole entourage so like we can celebrate, have fun, and get lit to One Direction and have our wigs snatched. So we did the VIP box and everything, and when it came to like the concert and everything, like I was very excited because I was like, oh my god, like they're here, like, you know, they're here, and like there was stuff going on with like the band, like I think it was like Five of the West, like somebody had, you know, flashed them, and you know, and like we were like kind of like gutted because like we wanted to go like skip school, but their mom was like, I'm not letting you skip school for the concert. It's either you go to school or you don't get to go to the concert. So we were kind of like, what the fuck? So we stayed at school and everything, and you know, we're just too excited to like really pay attention. So we all did that, and that day for some reason like I got sick, and that fucking sucked. And so you know, what I wore to the concert was I wore these really cute heels that I wore for my 8th grade graduation. So this is what I wore to my One Direction concert. I got this for Christmas like 2 years prior to that, and you know, I mean, just fit, you know, because we had like this fan project and we were all supposed to wear red, and 10 girls out of thousands upon thousands of girls did not wear red, but we did, and so that was that, you know, and like we were supposed to do like this whole like sing like one of their X Factor songs when they were gonna do their change out things. It was so cute, like we were just like the whole, I just missed the whole like how we were all like united, you know, because nowadays we're not, you know, and I mean, if any local was like, oh my god, Harry's ugly, like we'd all kill that bitch, you know, or oh my god, like Liam's this, Liam's that, like we'd probably kill them as well, you know. But nowadays it's like, ew, Liam, or ew, Niall, oh, Harry's, you know, top right, you know, it's annoying. It's just like a constant war between everybody else when really One Direction is why, you know, they've got to be able to do their solo careers. I mean, I love all my babies equally, you know, I still stand every single one of them, you know, so, yeah, got this cute little book, so, yeah, had it for years, but, yeah, shit, like, back in the day, like, we were, like, this, you know, because, like, even, like, after that situation when Zayn left, yeah, that was a mess. I cried for 3 days, and everybody was trending like, oh, we love you, Zayn, we miss you, Zayn, like, you know, like, and all of, like, this fan art would come out of, you know, Zayn supporting One Direction, and, painful. Funny, but painful, because it's like, we honestly were hoping, like, oh, you know, they're still gonna be friends, even though he left the band, and none of us us really knew what was actually going on behind the scenes, and that's really, really sad, you know, and that's why we're still like, oh, like, we want them to be friends, but, you know, at the same time, you can be distant with people that you've known for 5, 6 to 10 years, you know, but, yeah, so, there's that. Another fun fact, when I joined the fandom, Niall's name, honestly, for some reason I call him Neil. It was so embarrassing, like, I was just that bitch, and also with Louis, for some reason I get he and Liam confused, I don't know why, but, yeah, and like everybody, like, when everybody started joining the fandom, everyone thought Zay was like the Hispanic one, and we were like, no, he's Pakistani, but, yeah, I don't know, like, being a directioner for, like, my fucking almost entire life really has just, I don't know, it's improved stuff, it's gotten me through a lot of stuff. They've even inspired me to become a singer and still continue that passion, because they're honestly, like, the only good male role models in my life. And that's even made family members jealous, because they were like, they would even tell me things like, oh, like, you know, what has One Direction ever done for you? And I'm like, I've got a list of that. Try me. But, you know, I mean, for 10 years of my life, I've looked up to them. I've wanted to follow in their footsteps. Like, suck. So, yeah. Even having, like, repetitive dreams of a specific member that I still get to this day. So, yeah. Ta-da! You can see it. But, yeah. I mean, anybody remember when we all fucking watched the whole fucking iWood stuff? Breaking the internet, like, breaking Twitter, YouTube every time, you know, they would drop a song. It was when, like, we were, like, asleep, so we'd get no sleep because of that, you know? I mean, just, like, the little things that, you know, some of us have kind of forgot about, but, like, anytime, like, we come back stronger than ever, you know. But yeah, like, I just miss those days, like, when we were all just, like, one big happy family. Like, yes, we're a bit broken, you know, we got problems and a bit dysfunctional, but we still should, you know, come back as one, like we just did for the anniversary, you know. But yeah, I mean, I've been told that, oh, it's a phase, you'll grow out of it. I mean, some people stayed, some people left, you know. I'm still here, so this is why I still got my 1D merch. But, yeah. I'm gonna do some show and tell. So, oh, fuck. Okay, so this right here, I've had since before the literal hiatus. Like, right before, like, they just were like, you know what, fuck it, kind of thing. So I'm going to show you guys my CDs, because, I mean, why not? Went D-Day. So this I got, obviously, the day it came out. I even made, like, a pre-order to Target at school, because I didn't have phones. And, about it. This one I got for Christmas, because, you know, that's, like, the year it came out was when it was out. So I got Up All Night, and this for Christmas, 2012, and then another person, like, 4 years ago, gave me this because they didn't really like One Direction anymore. It's quite sad, but yeah, this one I got on holiday one time. I was up north, and my nan went to Target to, like, kind of make it look like she wasn't gonna get it, but she got it. I also still have my One Direction pillow too. That's about 6 years old, and it's still in pretty good condition. I also have a Harry pillow that I'll show you too. But yeah, so still got all of these babies. And then with the Where We Are Times Zero thing, I honestly thought it was for the entire tour, and I was like, where the fuck is Zero Sound House? Because, you know, that was my birthday, and I would have felt really fucking special if they did that for my specific concert. So, yeah. Those are the days, man. I don't know, I just miss like when like we'd all like stay up and watch like their video diaries and you know, like Wendy's funniest moments and their get to know Wendy and watch those religiously, you know, and be like, I know more about, you know, Niall, or I know more about Liam, and every like get to know Wendy video is always Niall likes food, Niall's Irish, and it's like, but yeah, so let me go get my keto. Go to bed. Okay, so this one I got from Claire's when Claire's was still doing their One Direction shit, you know. When Claire's was still fun to shop at. Sorry, I keep itching my fucking face. Because I've got hair on it from my scalp, not face. But yeah, so yeah, I don't know. Like, I miss all of like our funness that we had, you know. I mean, our fan art, our fan fictions. I mean, I still write them, I just don't finish them. You know, from poems, songs, just us crashing the internet and destroying it and pissing people off because, you know, we're really fucking powerful. I mean, that iconic moment when it was Wendy versus The Wanted. And I remember there was this magazine article, like in a teen magazine, which you should not believe, by the way, ever. There was like a photo of them and it said, Wendy stole our fans. And I'm like, the laugh I let out when I saw that, I was like, what the fuck, you know, but that was iconic. I don't know, like, just being a Directioner and like growing up with them and just seeing all of that shit just go on through like the past, you know, like 5 years that we got to see them, you know, it was iconic. So yeah. So I hope you guys have a really good day. My hair gets really fucked up. And you know, hopefully we're here for another decade, aka one more decade. Big shout out to one of my friends called Sandra Hunter. She just released her new song called One More Decade, and she's a huge Wendy fan as well, and a Louis, so go ahead and give her a follow on all forms of social media. She even has a YouTube as well, as Sandra Hunter Music, and yeah, I mean, you'll love her shit. Made me cry, I love it. But anyway, everybody, you guys have a really good day. Happy Wendy Day, and you know, Directioner for life. Ciao.